Recently, we have purchased a 2015 Dodge Grand Caravan, which we have outfitted for camping. As has been shown in our other videos, we have been doing this sort of camping in Dodge vans for nearly 20 years. With the new van, some changes had to be made because it was fitted with permanent folding second row seats. We could now travel 4 people, but only sleep 2. We began looking for a solution. We started looking at commercially available trailers, but instead we remembered our 5-foot by 10-foot utility trailer. Given that we had the utility trailer already, could we convert it to a tent trailer? We went to work last spring, and this is what happened. Our utility trailer has been converted to a 5-foot by 10-foot tent trailer. The additional cost of the trailer was about $500. Basically, we built a frame around the periphery of the trailer which raised the side height from 10 inches to 18 inches, which was the minimum height for a bed. Storage units were incorporated in the bed by building 18-inch high compartments inside the frame. There's a 60 wide by 40-inch long compartment along the front of the frame and a 24-inch by 36-inch compartment along the sides of the frame. The hinged lids of these compartments make a 77-inch long mattress pad support for sleeping 2 people. There's a 36-inch long by 10-inch wide gap in the center of the bed bottom, which enables a person to walk to the middle of the bed before lying down. These storage compartments allow space for all the structural and functional parts of the tent trailer. The lids contain locks that keep the stored contents secure while traveling. At the end of the trailer, there is a 44-inch long open space for a table or entertainment function. The first step in setting up the trailer is achieving a secure level base. As this picture shows, there are jack stands near both the left and right-hand rear corners of the trailer. They are adjustable when unweighted and may be augmented with wooden blocks. The front wheel jack forms the third leg of the jacking system, which forms a firm triangle base for support. Once the trailer is good and solid, the tailgate can be set up. The tailgate is released by pulling hinge pins on both sides of the tailgate. As the tailgate tips down, there are 2 stubby legs that tip out 90 degrees to support the tailgate as an entry platform. Wood blocks are placed under the legs to bring the tailgate to the 90-degree position. A series of half-inch blocks can be stacked for fine adjustment. Either a step stool or a 2-step stool can be used for an intermediate step. This setup serves as a front porch to the tent. A support rail is installed in the existing hinge halves on the right side of the tailgate. This is meant to be a very light support. It should only be pulled directly from behind the trailer, not to the side. All the materials for building the tent top are stored in the storage bins. This includes the PVC pipe sections, tarp cover sections, mattresses, and lighting. Most of these are removed before tent assembly begins. The first pieces added to the trailer box are the batten bars. They are placed on the original trailer frame with the Velcro faced down. They are drilled with holes that line up with riser holes drilled in the top edge of the trailer box. There are 5 pieces, 2 on each side and 1 on the trailer box front. The 4 arches that support the top of the tent are set initially in the riser holes on the edge of the trailer box. The roof corner brackets are added, connecting the sides of the arches together. The end of each arch fits into a corresponding T on the roof corner bracket. The cord, which is tied to the end T and runs through the length of the bracket, is then pulled tight and retied. The 3 cross members are inserted between the tops of the arches. A cord is tied to the T on top of the arch at one end of the trailer box. It is then wrapped once around each cross member, pulled tight, and tied at the T at the other end of the trailer box. At this point, the roof support system is held together securely. Adding the cover. Once the tent top frame is assembled, the front and back pieces of the tent are attached to the ends of the frame. The entry door is added to the rear of the trailer tent frame. The window piece is added to the front. The pieces are attached to the top of the arches with Velcro tabs. Once the ends are attached to the tent top frame, the main cover is then added. The cover is precisely folded to simplify its installations. First, the cover is set alongside of the trailer and unfolded until it runs the length of the trailer. There are 3 Velcro tabs, which should be facing up along the side of the tarp closest to the trailer. 2 people then pick up the tarp and set it on top of the trailer tent frame with the Velcro tabs adjacent to the top cross members at the top of the arches. These tabs are then connected to the crossbar members of the frame. The tarp is now sitting on one side of the frame and should extend about 6 inches past the ends of the trailer top frame. The tarp is then unfolded across the top of the frame. At this point, we are ready to begin raising the roof. This is best done with 2 or even 4 people. The 8 support poles will be inserted into the T's on both of the corner brackets attached to the roof structure. The 4 support poles with the Velcro bands are to be inserted at the 4 corners of the roof frame. Starting at one end, the frame is picked up and the poles inserted into a corresponding T in the roof structure. One end of each support pole is ground down to fit easier into the T. At this point, additional Velcro tabs on the window and door can be attached to the support poles. There's a rope that runs through the front and rear edges of the tent cover. The ends of each rope should be hanging down from the center of the roof frame. The 2 ends of the rope should be tied in a bow as you would tie a shoelace. Later, after the tent is raised, we will untie the bow by pulling on the ends of the rope. Also, one more fold on each side of the tent cover can be unfolded without untying the bows. We are now ready to raise the roof and install the support poles into the corresponding holes in the box railing. Start at one end, picking up the first 2 poles slowly, and insert the bottom of the pole in the first, then the second holes in the box railing. They should slide in until they touch the batten bar. They may or may not slip into the hole in the batten bar at this point. Continue along the length of the trailer until all the poles are inserted. Go back and push poles into the batten bar holes. Then adjust the batten bars up toward the trailer railing. Leave about 1/4 inch of space between the bar and the 2x2s at the top of the railing. Untie the bow knots by pulling on the cord ends. Use the cords to pull out the remaining fold, allowing the tarp to completely cover the frame. Go to each corner and attach the remaining Velcro tabs on the end pieces to the corner poles. Notice that the edges of the tarp have a strip of Velcro for attaching to the batten bar adjacent to it. The attachment is covered by a 6-inch rain fly, which keeps rain away from the trailer box. Attach the Velcro strip to the underside of the batten bars. This gives a tight, secure seal against rain and wind. Then tighten the cords at the corners of the trailer box by pulling straight down to set the gathering of the fabric at the top of the tent. At the front corners of the tent, secure the ropes after pulling straight down on them by passing the cord through the crack near the inside of the tailgate hinge, continuing up through the crack on the outside of the hinge, then up to the grommet at the bottom of the fabric, and tying it with a 1/2-inch bow knot. The same thing is done on the front corners, except the cord is passed around the tongue structure of the trailer. The gathered fabric will seal the edges at the corners and top of the end pieces. The mattresses are removed from the protective cases and set on the beds. The tent is now ready for use.